Is there a foolproof way to tell if a drink has been spiked?
Do you have to isolate for 2 weeks after getting the COVID jab to protect others from vaccine shedding?
And has the murder rate for the Northwest nearly doubled from 2020 to 2021? Welcome to the next episode of What's Crap on WhatsApp, the voice note show that investigates the crap shared in your WhatsApp groups. I'm Andisiwe May from podcasting company Volume.
And I'm Taryn Curry from Africa Check, the continent's leading fact-checking organization. Let's get fact-checking.
First on our list for today's claims is one that explains how someone can tell if their drink has been spiked or tampered with.
A graphic posted on Facebook that has been shared over 38,000 times says to look out for excessive bubbling and sinking ice.
It also says that the drink could also change color or become foggy. It references an information sheet by the UK's National Health Service, or NHS for short.
Drinks are usually spiked at pubs, clubs, restaurants, during dates, and sometimes at home. It can cause sleepiness, weakness, and reduced ability to walk and move.
But do these methods of checking if your drink is spiked work, and can they keep you safe, Taryn?
Well, let's start first with what drugs are used to spike drinks. Alcohol is sometimes used to spark both non-alcoholic and alcoholic drinks, making the drink stronger than the drinker expects.
Rohypnol and gamma-hydroxybutyrate, GHB for short, used to treat insomnia or as an anesthetic, and ketamine, another anesthetic, are all known as date rape drugs. But what about the claim that you can tell based on excessive bubbles and sinking ice?
A pharmacology professor told Africa Check that the idea that ice would sink is far-fetched. He said, if the ice is floating in the glass when the spike is added, there may be some sugar-like crystals visible on the ice until it is washed off.
He also said that the spike might cause some bubbling, but this would not be visible in a carbonated drink. What about color changes and fogginess?
Some drugs used to spike drinks, such as GHB, won't cause color changes. Cromartie said that most drugs were colorless, so would not change the color of the drink.
But drugs that had color might cause a change, and some of the less water-soluble drugs might cause murkiness or cloudiness, Cromartie said. But he warned that murkiness will settle out fairly quickly.
And color changes might not be seen if the drink was dark in color, such as cola, or if the room was dark. The Alcohol and Drug Foundation of Australia told us that there is no one foolproof way to understand if your drink has been spiked, because it could be colorless, odorless, and tasteless.
The NHS advises that if you experience symptoms of drink spiking, get help from a friend, relative, or staff member. Go to a safe place as soon as possible, and only go home with someone trustworthy.
That's right. But if you feel very sleepy, vomit, or have hallucinations, get medical help immediately.
The claims in this post are mostly crap. Next on our list is a graphic that says you have to isolate yourself for 2 weeks after getting the COVID-19 jab.
The long comment on the graphic links to a radio interview with Visagie. It also links to an interview with neurosurgeon Dr. Herman Edeling, who, among other things, talks about vaccine shedding and 2 weeks isolation.
But what are the facts?
So, vaccines don't work instantly. It generally takes 2 weeks for a COVID-19 vaccine to become effective, and people are not required to isolate during these 2 weeks.
The South African Department of Health's official COVID-19 webpage recommends that even after you've been fully vaccinated against COVID-19, you should keep taking precautions in public places like wearing a mask, staying 1.5 meters apart from others, avoiding crowds and poorly ventilated spaces, and washing your hands often.
A common myth about COVID-19 vaccines is that they can infect vaccinated people with the disease and infect unvaccinated people that the vaccinated come in contact with. The myth goes by the name vaccine shedding.
But this is untrue. The myth has been repeatedly debunked by fact-checking organizations and experts. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control says that vaccine shedding can only occur when a vaccine contains a weakened version of the virus.
Yep. As one vaccine expert told fact-checking organization Full Fact, I can't think of any biological plausible mechanism for shedding of components of any of the licensed COVID-19 vaccines after immunization.
So it's crap. Last on our list is one of South Africa's crime statistics that paints an alarming picture in its Northwest province, according to Michael Groenewald, leader for the Freedom Front Plus party in the Northwest.
In a 24 August press release, Groenewald said, the province's murder rate increased by nearly 100% in comparison to the same period in 2020. He went on to say that COVID-19 lockdown is not to blame for this. In fact, during lockdown, people are supposed to stay home and not be out and about committing crimes.
Wow, that's quite a statistic. Is he correct?
Police Minister Bheki Cele released the country's latest quarterly crime statistics on 20 August 2021. They covered the first quarter of the 2021-22 financial year, from April to June. Cele said many crime categories, including contact crimes, sexual offences, and aggravated robberies, recorded a never-seen-before double-digit increase.
The crime statistics show that 3,466 murders were reported nationally between April and June 2020. This increased by 66.2% reported from April to June 2021.
In Northwest, the number of murders recorded increased by 98.4%, from 127 in April to June 2020 to 252 for the same period in 2021. The police did not release the murder rate, which shows the number of murders per 100,000 people in an area, but it can be calculated using Statistics South Africa mid-year population estimates.
Using the estimates from 2020 and 2021, Groenewald was correct that the murder rate in Northwest increased nearly 100% in comparison to the same period in 2020. The murder rate increased by approximately 97.8%, from 3.1 to 6.1 murders per 100,000 people.
But experts told Africa Check that the strict level 5 lockdown during the first quarter of 2020-21 skewed the comparison. The crime statistics show that recorded murders and many other crimes were far lower from April to June 2020 than in any previous year. This is the case across all 9 South African provinces.
South Africa's latest crime statistics do not show a sudden escalation in crime. Instead, they show a return to the trends seen before this exceptional period of lifestyle disruption.
Lizette Lancaster, the manager of the Crime and Justice Information Hub of the Institute for Security Studies, also confirmed that 2020 was a statistically unusual year. She advised comparing the Northwest 2021 murder statistics to pre-2020 years, such as 2019.
Right. This shows that Northwest saw a rise in murders from April to June 2021 compared to previous years. Compared to the same period in 2019, the increase was 18.3% or 39 more murders.
The Northwest Province's murder rate also increased across this period, from 5.3 per 100,000 people in 2019 to 6.1 murders in 2021, an increase of 15.6%.
So this claim is misleading. That's all the time we have for today. Now you know what's crap and what's not.
Your friends and family can sign up for the show over WhatsApp. The number is 082 709 3527. Make sure to save us as a contact in your phone and send us a message.
You can find the show wherever you get your podcasts, from Apple to Spotify. If you listen there, you'll find show notes and a link to the fact checks.
We are also running a regular newsletter. You should subscribe. To do this, you can simply send us your email address on WhatsApp.
Or you can sign up at our website, www.whatscrap.africa.
Remember that you can send us a WhatsApp message, a picture, video, link, or voice note that you need fact-checked. Just forward them to us on WhatsApp. Our theme song is composed by John Bartman. I'm Taryn Corey.
And I'm Andisiwe May.
Bye for now.